Welcome to Behind the Veil. Now, here is your transformational coach, Tammy Cox.
Okay, so I like to start with intention. So my intention is that I can get you as far as possible on your healing journey in this short amount of time that we have, and to give you the most amount of clarity possible for the next steps and the direction that you want to go in. If I could give you one thing on this call that would make the biggest difference in your life, what would that one thing be?
I think maybe like self-belief, believing in myself more.
Mm-hmm. And when you say believing in yourself more, what area do you mean?
Probably love. I mean, I think I have to put myself first sometimes, and I don't usually do that.
You don't put
So
yourself first?
no.
Why?
I don't know. I've always kind of been a people pleaser. I'm just a nice person, and I like to make other people happy. So I think if, the more that I believe in myself and believe that I do deserve good things, the easier it'll be for me to get those things.
And where did you learn that other people being happy is more important than you being happy?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know where that came from. Um, my mom died when I was younger, so I don't know if it's kind of related into that and losing people or
Your mom died when you were how old?
7.
Do you have many memories with her?
Not really. Few, but not a lot. I don't have many childhood memories.
Mm-hmm.
And she died in a car crash, so it was sudden.
Okay. So reading through your answers on the application page, you said that you're dating and dating several people at a time is hard for you.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm just not used to it, I guess. And it seems like I want to give all my energy to one person, and I kind of like I don't want to mix up different things about them, and it just seems hard, I should say.
What's hard?
Just like trying to, somebody tells you a story, but then you're talking to somebody else and you can't remember like who told you that one story. And, I don't know. I just don't like getting things mixed up. So I'd rather concentrate on one person at a time.
Girl,
But,
how many boys are we dating here?
no,
How many? You getting stories
no,
all
I mean,
jumbled up?
I don't know. I've always been like texting a few different people. I've went on several dates, maybe like 3 or 4 with 3 or 4 different people, but that's about it.
It's kind of, have you seen Love is Blind?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
why they have their little booklet with them
Yeah.
with
True.
with notes for each person.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Well,
never even thought about that movie.
that's just kind of fun. That's just kind of funny. Okay. So what has been in your adult love relationships, what have been what has been the biggest problem with your love relationships?
Well, my therapist did tell me this the other day. I said, "Is the problem with me?" Or I'm beginning to think the problem's with me, but she said, "No, you're just picking the wrong ones." So, I think it's picking the wrong ones there. I I think I jump into relationships. Maybe it's, comes from that. I don't like dating different people at a time. Um, but I think I just kind of jump into relationships and ignore the red flags. Um, they're
Well,
there.
do you agree, yes or no, that everything goes back to a belief that you hold? Do you know that everything goes back to a belief that you hold?
I could see that. Yes.
Right? Because we get to look at what we're going to look at today. Why is everyone else more important than you? Because once we get to that belief, it's going to flip something for you. Okay. So everything goes back to a belief, everything. And It goes back to the first 5 years of life. In those first 5 years of life, almost your entire personality was developed. And that's unfortunate because most people don't remember much in that time in their life because they're in the theta brainwave state, which sort of means you were in a state of hypnosis for the first 7 years of your life. Okay. You're getting downloaded with all systems and programs. And then they're not there, but they're not fully set up. Then we get into adulthood and we're like, why do I act like this? Why am I experiencing this? Why is this happening? Why? Well, it can always go back to those first 5 years. So my goal is to really find that piece, those beliefs that are really hindering you from drawing in and attracting the perfect person for you. Because if there's something that you don't want in life, it always goes back to a belief that's standing in the way. So it's a simple process of finding the belief, and yet it doesn't always feel easy, but it is
I
simple.
I have met someone who I am very interested in actually, and he's kind of I I think we're going to be just like monogamous. I think that we have to have that conversation, but I think that's where it's going. So, but I do like him, so I'm
Okay.
gonna put that out there. He's like ahead of all the other ones.
Oh, that's good. And how many major relationships have you had in your adult life?
My life, uh, four.
Four. And how many did each one of them last?
The first one was just about 3 years, and I was, 18 then. And
Hmm.
then the next one, I say it was probably about 6 years. And then the next one was with my husband, who I'm now divorced from for about 10 years, 10, 9, 10 years. And then I just broke up with someone who I was with for 7.
Oh, yeah. So pretty long-term relationships. Yeah. 3, 6, 10, 7. Yeah. Okay. And if we were to add up, if we were to look at the more negative qualities of all four of those men, are there any are there any similarities in the negative qualities of those four men?
Yeah. I think probably most of them didn't hold a job any like long length of time. Um, when we were younger, the two when we were younger, it's kind of different. That because we're all just not really responsible yet. But yeah, most of them did not have a job for any long period of time.
Hmm.
One of them like changes jobs constantly, um, and they all have had mental health issues,
Mm-hmm.
bipolar, anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
other things, addiction.
Mm-hmm. Anything else similar between them?
Um, when I think about it, I think of, them not really doing anything for me. Like, they wouldn't ever do anything special for me. I basically was never been on a date until when I just started dating.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What else is similar about it? So they don't take you out on dates, they don't do anything for you?
No, I mean, I think, well, the last two is when I've been, from my 30s on, I guess. And they, would never clean or help around the house or do anything really. Yeah.
So these sound like very imbalanced relationships where you're the giver and they're the receiver,
Yeah.
and you're not asking for very much, are you?
No, no, I'm not.
Why don't you ask or require much from people?
I mean, I've asked, like, help around the house and things like that, and it just never kind of happens. Or you become the nag when, you ask them to clean their stuff up like every single day. And it's even annoying to me sometimes, Um,
Okay, interesting. Okay. So have you ever had a partner that, okay. truly poured into you, truly you felt loved by and cared for and seen and felt and
I
understood?
don't think so. No. Mm-mm.
Okay, wow. Okay. Well, this is the part where I really want to look into why. Why are you attracting these kind of men? Because there's always a reason why. And I can't find that with your conscious mind because your conscious mind doesn't have the answers I need. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in a relaxed state.
Okay.
And I'm in this part, I'm going to ask you to be guided by your intuition. So it's going to be that when I ask you questions, it's going to be the first answer that comes in. And oftentimes you will try to talk yourself out of that answer. But I want you to trust that first answer or the first picture, the first image, whatever I'm asking you.
Okay.
Have you ever listened to the podcast before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay, good. So yeah, I'm gonna have you trust yourself. And then once we get to the place where you're accessing emotions and you start to feel pain, I want you to let yourself go all the way into it. This is the important part, okay? Because energy is trapped in your body, negative emotion, pain is trapped in your body. And the only way to get it out is to emote it. You got to feel it to heal it. And it only takes 90 seconds to feel it fully without any resistance before it's gone, completely alleviated. And I tell you this so that you don't resist it when we go in, but you surrender to it. You don't call it bad. You don't call it good. You call it nothing. You just feel it.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to be walking you through this so you don't have to worry about anything. But I just tell you all this so that when you get there, you're not scared to feel it because you know you're going to go in, you're going to feel it, you're going to go out. It's kind of like a roller coaster. We're going up, then we're going
Right.
down, and then it stops. Okay. It
Okay.
doesn't keep going. And once it's out of your system, you're going to notice that you feel a lot lighter. You're going to notice that that energy has now left. You don't have like the heaviness of the pain. Okay. And that's the whole point. So
Yeah.
I tell you all this to prepare you.
Okay.
And the other thing we're looking for, I think I probably already told you this when we chatted before, but we're looking for the beliefs. The beliefs that were created in your early childhood are still being played out today. We're looking for something called life commands. And it's the limiting beliefs that are essentially slapped onto every traumatic event that you have. And so it's what you tell yourself about you, about life, but they are negatively impacting your life now. So I want to find the ones that are standing in the way of you calling in a man that loves you, adores you, treats you like a queen, wants to, do things for you and be a great partner to you. I want that for you. That's what you get to desire for yourself. Hopefully that's what you desire for yourself.
Yes, definitely.
Hopefully from this day forward, you will not settle for anything less than that. So
Right.
let's get into it. I want you to find yourself in a relaxed position where you can make your spine straight, as straight as you can. Feet flat on the ground, preferably with no shoes on or socks. So you're directly. And then I want you to just start to track your breaths as go ahead and roll your neck, get yourself as relaxed as you possibly can. Sometimes if someone has a lot of energy, I'll tell them shake out your energy a little bit, but you seem pretty calm. So whatever feels good to get yourself in that relaxed place. And then I want you to go ahead and drop into your body. So breath, connect to that breath. That's right. Feel your spine nice and straight. Feel the earth rising up to hold you beneath your feet, beneath your sit bones, rising up to hold you. Just connect to the earth below. And with each breath, I want you to sort of draw out your breath just a little bit longer each time. That's right, a little bit slower. little bit calmer. That's right. And now I want you to draw your attention to right above your head. There is a large healing bubble right above your head. You can keep your eyes closed. You'll be doing all this from your mind's eye. So just picture that big healing bubble right above your head. Connect to it. And I want you to give it a color, any color that feels healing and peaceful to you. What color would that be?
Pink.
Pink. Beautiful. So I want you to connect to this pink bubble right above your head. I want you to notice that right on top of your head is a moon roof. And I want you to allow that moon roof to open, 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 and allow this pink energy to pour down through the top of your head, through this moon roof. That's right. And as it moves down through the top of your head, filling your entire body, I want you to actually allow it to penetrate each and every cell as it moves down. So we're going to first start with your brain, filling both right and left hemispheres of your brain. That's right. And as it's pouring into your brain, see it just pushing out any old, resistant, stuck thoughts, any negative shadows, just allowing those to dissolve as the light of this pink bubble moves down. That's right. Filling your eyes, your ears, and your nose, and your cheeks and your chin with this pink, healing, gentle, loving energy. And I want you to move it down your throat, down your neck, to your shoulders, filling your shoulders. And as it moves down your body, I want you to allow it to go even deeper into each organ, each muscle, each tissue, each strand of DNA, all the way down to your epigenetics. That's right. Moving from your shoulders down your arms to your elbows, your wrists, and your fingers, filling each and every cell. Bring it to your heart center. And I want you to allow this pink energy to completely absorb into your heart. In fact, I want you to see your heart opening up, opening up, opening up on every side to allow this pink energy to fill in. That's right. Filling in each cell as it moves down your ribs, down your abdomen, down your back to your hips, filling each organ, each muscle, each tissue. As it moves down, relaxing your body, putting your body into the most relaxed, peaceful, gentle state. As it moves down your legs, down your thighs, to your knees and your feet, filling your entire body with this pink, gentle, loving energy. I want you to take a deep, slow breath in. And as you exhale out, I want you to create a pink bubble around your body. That's right. I want you to push it out to create a pink bubble all around your body so it completely absorbs your entire body. That's right. And as you take another deep breath in, exhale out and expand that out to fill the entire room you're in with this pink, healing, peaceful, loving energy. And one more time, breathe in and expand it out once again to fill your entire house. That's right. And with each breath that you take and each beat of your heart, allowing this pink energy to go deeper and deeper and deeper on a cellular level. And as long as you're in this pink energy bubble, as long as you're connected to this, you're going to feel loved, peaceful, safe, this warm, gentle state. This is your natural state. This is the natural state of who you really are at the core of your being. And at any point in time, if you want to feel these lovely feelings of peace and joy and love, all you have to do is envision this pink bubble and drop into this healing frequency. And I want you to turn your attention back into your body. That's right. I want you to go all the way into the very center of your body. And I want you to turn your focus back to that conversation that we were having. Those emotions that you feel when you're in these relationships with these men who don't value you. They struggle with their mental health. They don't clean or help you or contribute equally. And I want you to go to these emotions that you feel when you're in the most toxic times with these men. what it feels like when you're with these men and it feels as though they don't even care about you at all. You to go to these emotions. They're in a place in your body, and there's a place in your body where they seem to be stemming from originally. I want you to take your hand and place it on that area. First impression. That's right. What color is it? Black. So I want you to go all the way to the center of that black bubble right there in your chest. Go all the way into the center. And as you do, I want you to see, recognize, and notice that from that black area is projecting out from your body a screen. And on this screen is the very first memory you felt these emotions. So I want you to allow that screen to get clearer and clearer and clearer until you can recognize and notice this memory. Tell me when you've got it. You got it?
I I think I have a memory.
Yeah. It's okay if it's fuzzy. I want you to trust it, okay? First impression, how old are you in this image?
I I I think I'm probably like 3 or 4.
3 or 4. That's right. It will feel like you're guessing at first. I just want you to trust it, okay? So tell me, are you with someone or are you alone in this image?
I'm in a room alone.
Okay. And do you notice anything about this room?
Well, it's my living room when I was younger.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what you notice about the room. Any smells, tastes, touch? What are you sensing around you?
Like I just noticed like the wooden floors, and I my mom may be on the couch.
Mm-hmm. And what do you notice your mom doing on the couch?
She's talking on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell who she's talking to? What's the tone in her voice as she's talking?
She's upset.
She's upset. Can you tell what she's upset about?
I think it's my either my dad or yeah, my dad or a boyfriend or something.
Okay. What else do you notice about this scene, about this image, about this memory?
She doesn't want me around. I
Mm-hmm. She doesn't want you around. Why do you sense that she doesn't want you around?
think she's trying to talk about something, but
Mm. She doesn't want you to hear what she has to say. What doesn't she want you to hear?
she's talking about her probably my dad.
You could put your hand down. So you get a sense that she's upset at your dad and she doesn't want you to hear what she has to say to him. What color is the bubble around her?
White.
Mhm. Okay. I want you to I want you to picture and see, turn back to your 4-year-old self. And I want you to see that black bubble that she's in. And I want you to actually move into it. I want you to go all the way into it. I want you to tell her, your 3 or 4-year-old self, that you've come all the way back for her to be with her in this moment, to feel these emotions for her. I want you to tell her that you recognize that she's been feeling these emotions a very long time and that you've come back to help her let go. So I want you to go all the way into the very center of that black bubble she's in. And I want you to tell me, what is she feeling right here in this moment?
Scared and sad.
Scared and sad? What is she scared about?
She doesn't she doesn't want her mom to yell at her.
Mm-hmm. What else is she scared about?
She's scared that family is going to break up.
Mm. Why is she sad about that?
Her mom and dad,
Mm-hmm. And
and
why is
she
she scared about that?
loves her dad.
Ah, she's daddy's girl. So how is she feeling towards her mom right here in this moment?
I guess a little bit angry
Mm-hmm. Why is she angry at her mom?
because it's her mom's fault.
It's her mom's
Mom-
fault.
Her mom decided to divorce.
Mm-hmm. Is there any other reason that she's angry at her mom?
Also because I think she wants her attention.
Mm.
She's
She
not
wants her
giving
mom's attention. Does she feel like she doesn't get enough attention from her mom? What else is she sad about?
to play with.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else she's sad about?
I I think it's something she doesn't like staying with her grandma.
Mm. She doesn't like staying with her grandma. Why?
She's scary.
Mm. What's scary about her grandma?
Her grandma is just different, and she scares her by saying that the boogeyman is going to come get her and things like that.
Mm. Hmm. Well, I want you to scoop this 3 or 4 year old version of you up in your arms. And I want you to tell her that she's not alone, that you're with her, and that you've come all the way back from the future to be with her in this moment. What does she need to hear from you in this moment? What does she need to hear or feel from you right here, right now?
She's loved and everything's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. She's loved. Does she struggle believing that? Why does she struggle with believing that she's loved?
She's by herself. There's not a lot of emotion with her.
So she doesn't think that her parents love her.
And I think she's lonely.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to tell her that she's never been alone, that you've been with her this whole time, that you've always been with her and you will always be with her. I want you to tell her that from here on out, you're going to give her her needs. You are going to fill her cup. You're going to be the one to tell her how wonderful and lovely and beautiful and lovable she is. I want you to tell her how special she is, that she actually didn't come here to serve everyone else, that she didn't come here to do for everyone else and ignore herself, that she herself is the important one. I want you to give her these new beliefs that you get to give her in this moment. In fact, what is she believing about herself in this moment other than not being loved? What else is she believing about herself?
She's
Mm-hmm.
someone cares about her,
Mm-hmm. What else?
loving the hug that I'm giving her,
Mm-hmm.
and she's saying not
What else does she need from you in this moment?
truth,
Ass-
honesty,
Assurance. What assurance does she need?
that I'll be there.
Mm. What else does she need from you?
He needs me to love myself, so I'm there for her.
To love yourself. Can you do that? What will that look like?
Look like being nice to myself and making sure my needs are met.
Mm-hmm. I want you to tell her from this moment forward, she is the most important person in her life. I want you to tell her that you are actually taking all those old beliefs out. In fact, you could just see, pluck from her all those black, dark beliefs that are holding that color in her field. I want you to just start pulling them out. I want you to tell her that these old beliefs are just lies that someone told her and she believes. So I want you to one by one just take them off of her. And I want you to disintegrate them as you move them out of her bubble. And I want you to tell her that you're going to now replace them. And in their place, I want you to put the new beliefs, the new set of beliefs that is going to be her new truth. You are lovable. You are worthy. You are blessed. You are perfect exactly how you are. You are the divine. You are beautiful. You're wonderful, that your giftings are all unique and wonderful, and there's nothing you need to change about you. What other new beliefs do we need to set up in her field to allow in those things that she really desires? What new beliefs can we set up?
That she's beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
she's smart,
Mm-hmm.
she deserves love,
Mm-hmm.
that she can be by herself as well, and
Mm-hmm.
because I'm always going to be here.
Mm-hmm. Anything else that she needs? Any new beliefs that we need to set up in her system that will change the trajectory of her future moving forward?
Trust yourself, don't trust others.
Mm,
Me personally, trust your
mm,
intuition.
yes. Now I want you to put your pink bubble around her. That's right. As you plucked out and pulled out all those dark limiting beliefs and they're gone and disintegrated, I want you to put her in your pink bubble. And I want you to tell her that this pink bubble is all the new beliefs, is that beautiful, joyful, blessed state that she is now connected to. And I want you to tell her that anytime she needs to be reminded of these new beliefs, that all she has to do is picture this pink bubble. That's right, that this pink bubble is her new set point. It is her new set of beliefs that she is now choosing because you are installing it. And you are the author and you are the creator. And you are installing these new beliefs. I want you to look deep in her eyes. Is she believing and taking on this new set of beliefs? Yes, beautiful. So I want you to allow that pink bubble that she's in to expand out from her. With each breath she takes and each beat of her heart, she's connecting to each and every belief through this pink bubble. That's right. Each breath she takes, you see that bubble getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and she's owning her power. She's knowing this, not just believing it, but she's knowing it on the deepest part and the corest part of her being, that this is the new setting. This is the new instructions. This is the new manual. These are the new programs that she chose, that she desired. She knows she's worthy of having them, and she's no longer going to doubt it. She's no longer going to put other people above herself because she now recognizes and notices how valuable she is. And I want you to let her know that anytime she needs to be reminded how perfect she is, that you're going to come back for her. And all she has to do is flash that pink flag, that pink bubble, and you are going to come back and be with her in that moment to remind her the truth about who she is. And I want you to vow to her from this moment forward that you're going to be there. You're going to be there to guide her. You're going to be there to love her. That you're going to be there to provide whatever she needs in any given moment. That all she has to do is call for you. That's it. Flashing this pink bubble. And you're going to know. And you're going to come. And when you feel that trust deep within you, I want you to go ahead and shrink her down to the size of a postage stamp or smaller. And I want you to scoop her up in your hands. This is where I'm going to have you physically scoop her up in your hands. I'm going to have you place her inside of your heart. That's right. Breathe it in. That's right. That's right. Now, whenever you need to connect, there's that direct line right in your heart. She's right there with you. She's connected to you. There's no separation. When she calls to you, you're instantly, immediately there holding her, letting her know that she's safe, that she's loved. That's right. Reminding her of who she is, who she really is. And as you stand there in that room with your 3 or 4-year-old self, or where she was, I want you to see that spot where she was, see that pink bubble. She's not in it because she's now in your heart. I want you to see your mom sitting there on the couch. And I want you to move into her white bubble. And I want you to see your mom standing right in front of you. I want you to look deep in her eyes. I want you to feel what she's feeling right here in this moment. What is she experiencing right now? She's sad. What is she sad about?
Daughter is, she's very stressed out.
She's stressed out. What else is she feeling? Tired?
But also, she loves her daughter.
Hmm. You feel that love that she has for her daughter. Hmm. I want you to look into her eyes and I want you to tell her that everything's going to be okay, that she's safe, that she's loved. I want you to tell her that it's okay that it didn't work out. I want you to tell her everything that you need to tell her in this moment. What do you want to tell her in this moment from this place? Mm-hmm.
The best you can.
Mm-hmm. Let yourself feel it. Don't push it down. Let it come out. Let it come up. Emote it. What else? As you're looking into her eyes, I want you to look deep into her eyes. And I want you to tell her everything that you want to say to her.
I miss you.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be with you.
Mm-hmm.
Just so much. She understands. And she says,
She's telling you she's sorry.
Just wants the best for me.
What else do you want to tell her? What else?
I'm just having trouble putting words together.
I want you to let her know everything that you want to say to her.
I just want her to be with me and love me.
And what is she saying back to you?
That she does, and she's here.
She's saying, I never left you?
Said she never left me, and she just keeps like hugging me.
She says she's proud of you. She's so proud of you. She's just so proud of who you've become. She just hasn't left. She says, I'm always here. I'm standing right here. Whenever you want me, reach out. And maybe you come up with a code word, a signal, some sign that she can give you when she wants you to meet with her. It's not going to be in the same way. It's going to be in a different way. It's going to be in this kind of a way, in this sense. But she has never left. She's still here and she still wants that relationship with you. So ask her, what signal can you guys come up with so she could let you know that she wants to connect? Let me know when you've got that.
First thing that came to my mind was a penny.
Penny. Beautiful. The meaning for it will come later. She's gonna send you pennies when she wants to connect. And the way you develop this relationship in this way is that you respond when you see. It's just a slight tap on the shoulder, but she's saying she wants to connect with you on a deeper way. So I want you to give her a big hug. And I want you to tell her that anytime she needs you, you're going to come back for her. Every time you see the penny, you'll know that she's reaching out, that she's wanting to connect, and you're going to come for her. You'll find a quiet space. And in whatever way she wants to come through, you're going to make that connection. Can you give her that? What's she saying back to you?
I love you, my dear.
So I want you to shrink her down to the size of a postage stamp or smaller, just like you did with your little self. And I want you to scoop her up in your arms, just like you did your little self. And I want you to place her inside of your heart. Breathe her in. And I want you to see both of them just sitting inside of your heart, deeply connected to you. For you are them and they are you. There is no separation. There's only one. So I want you to stay so connected to them. And when you witness that room, right where your mom was sitting on the couch and right where your 3-year-old self was standing, I want you to go ahead and go about 30 feet above that scene, above that room, above that living room, 30 feet above. And as you do, I want you to look down and see that empty living room where your mom was sitting on the couch and you were standing, your 3 or 4-year-old self. And I want you to make your way back to the present moment. That's right. I want you to make your way back to the present moment. And as you do, looking down, seeing all the old structures crumbling, falling away, dissolving, resolving with so much ease and grace and flow, allowing for the new structures to take its place. Strong, loving, beautiful, golden structures, aligning to this new place, this new grid, this new program that you created today through this work that you did. Coming all the way back to the present, all the way back to the present, and stopping right here at this present moment, looking down, seeing you sitting there right here and now, and making your way back down to integrate back into the body. That's right, bringing all these different parts of you back together and back into the body. So opening up that moon roof. That's right. And as you come down to reintegrate all these parts back into your body, bring in with you that pink, loving, healing energy. That's right. With all these old grids and systems dissolving, allowing in for these new, strong, beautiful, peaceful, loving structures. That's right. Loving codes to re-energize each and every cell of your body to this new set point. These new grids coming down, 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 down through your head, your shoulders, your hands, your feet, reintegrating back into the body, breathing in, allowing each code to recode, realign, regrid, reprogram each cell. That's right. Take a deep breath in, exhaling all the old out. Coming back into the body, wiggling your fingers and toes and batting your eyes open when you're ready. How do you feel?
Later.
Yeah. You look brighter. How did that feel? What did you see for yourself?
Um, I, wow, yeah, I saw my mom. I saw me in that living room. That was, yeah, thank you. That was a trip.
That was a trip? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I took you back in time, so you didn't even know you were a time traveler, did you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, girl. So you really get to foster that relationship with your mom.
Hmm.
You know, I lost my father transitioned when I was 11,
Hmm.
and I tell people I have a much closer relationship with him now.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I've always felt that she was with me. So it's just nice, you know, definitely like talking to her and that penny
stronger
thing.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll be interested to see when the aha moment of that penny comes in, because whenever there's a signal that you guys come up with, there's always a very deep meaning for it. So I'm interested to see. But yeah, you really get to foster that relationship. So when I had you connect to the emotions, right? The emotions that you feel when you're in these kinds of relationships,
Hmm.
and it took you back to that memory. And as a little girl, and the way you still feel now is lonely, not important, like no one cares for you, like no one's really there for you, that you don't deserve love. These are big beliefs that you get to identify
Hmm.
as you look at your past relationships. What was I believing about myself to allow this? Because we're calling in someone who matches our beliefs about ourselves. So in these new relationships that you're calling in, perhaps this significant person, maybe, you get to see yourself in your pink energy, beautifully lovable, beautifully important up here. I don't want you to come in with letting them not rise up to your level. They get to rise up to your level and you get to require it. It's going to be hard for you. It's a requirement,
Yeah.
right? If you have to ask them to meet you where you're at, that's just not going to work. I'm sorry. That's not going to work. You're too damn important for that.
Right.
It's a requirement. You are to be honored. You're to be loved. You're to be adored for exactly who you are. No changing anything.
Requirement.
It's a
I knew
requirement.
yeah. That'll be my new mantra.
And so, one thing that I like to say to my clients is if you're wondering, when you start to feel negative emotion in a relationship, you have to, and you're wondering what belief is popping up, here you can identify it. What would I need to believe about myself in order to feel this emotion? What would I need to believe about life to be feeling this emotion? What would I need to be feeling about love or romantic relationship in order to be feeling this emotion? This is how you're going to really get to understand the beliefs that are underlying your actions. Because the actions is over here, the belief is at the very core of why you're doing the thing. Because it goes identity creates the belief, belief creates the thought creates the emotion creates the circumstance of your life. So if you want to change the circumstance, we have to go back to the belief to shift it, or else it's just a band-aid, right?
Right.
Any questions? I know it's always a deep processing after I pull
Yeah.
someone out of the process. It's always like,
Yeah. I'm just gonna contemplate on those last words that you said. That, yeah, and try to get there.
no, you're there. Pink bubble, you're there. You don't need to get anywhere. You're perfect right where you're at. The lesson has been learned. You see it for what it is. You're no longer going to tell that little girl that she's not important via belief. You're not going to allow
Right.
her. You're not going to allow her to do that. She's just too damn special to be trampled on and allow bullshit. Requirement. Yeah, so I would love any feedback when you sort of get clear, you're
Yeah.
let whatever emotion needs to come up today. Drink a lot of water. We just detoxed your body. Um, even better would be, a nice Epsom salt bath. Pamper yourself. And then I would love any feedback you have about, what you felt like this process really gave you. That would be super helpful for me if you could do that.
Um, so what this process gave me, I think it gave me a new outlook on life, kind of that I'm perfect and that it's a requirement that you are at my level. I love that. Um, and the whole thing with my mom and that was very special. Like, and I like in the when I figure out this penny thing, or when I see a penny and I go take a minute, and if I connect with her, I'll let you know. But yeah, it was a great experience.
Beautiful. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm
You're
so
awesome.
Oh, thank you. I think you're awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
You have to know, it's like I feel so honored when someone lets me go back and because I'm there with you, through all of
yeah.
it. And I'm like, it's just the coolest gig ever that I get to be there and that you let me in to the room and I get to feel all the emotions with you. And yeah, I
It
did.
was when well
Yeah, go ahead.
when I was when I you were asking me about like how my mom felt when she was talking on the phone, and I she was feeling the same thing that I'm kind of feeling, like just the helpless and hopeless. It just she made me feel like just like kind of like the little girl who with that feeling, like we were all having that same feeling. So it was
Yeah.
powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it gives you. It gives you that perspective that, maybe in the moment you saw her as the villain, like, oh,
Hmm.
you're divorcing my dad. But when you go into her emotions, she's
Hmm.
scared. She's
Hmm.
like, oh, this thing didn't work. I tried so hard. It gives you compassionate eyes towards her to see, oh, she was just so scared. She was doing the best she could. It gives you compassion for your parents because our parents fuck us up, but we don't realize that they did the best that they could
Yeah.
with what
Yeah.
they were given. Yes, it wasn't what we needed in that moment. Yes, they couldn't fill all of our needs, but I believe that's why I help people to do that for themselves because if they could fill the needs of the little them, then they don't need anyone else to do it. You'll never again look to another person and say, you're responsible for my happiness. No, you're saying, I'm so fucking happy because I choose to be happy, because I deserve to be happy. And you're just the icing on top of the cake. You're the cherry on top. Okay. You're, my cup is already overflowing and you just get to be the added bonus. You are not the thing that you know what I'm saying? We get
Yep.
it mixed up in thinking that love is outside of ourselves, and it isn't. It's us being the love and then attracting it from everywhere because we are literally the love and light that we've been looking for. But uh, but we have to see it for ourselves, which is what I do in this process. So I'm so glad you gleaned all that from
Yeah.
this. And you were able to say it because oftentimes people are still reeling after I bring them out. So it's really cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And if you know anyone else that could really, that would benefit from something like that, send them my way.
Okay. Sounds
Someone
good.
who's been,
Yeah, just give them your email.
yeah. Or
Oh,
you could
okay.
send me their info and I can reach out, whichever is
Okay.
easier. Someone who's been doing the inner work like you, that's a requirement because you're open, right? You went there with me.
Hmm.
You got fully immersed in it, and that's really what's required for the transformation is you letting me take you. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're
Thank you for
welcome,
the trip.
hon. You're so welcome.
All
You have
right.
a wonderful day and reach out it for,
Yeah. Have a good weekend.
okay, you too, hon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.